It's 8 o'clock. If you would, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is the minutes from the July 27th regular meeting. We have had a chance to take a look at these. Anybody have any questions? Is there a motion to approve the July 27th minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And then we have the fiscal officer's report.
The board has been given copies of the revenue and appropriation status reports as well as the fund status report. I just want to read into the record that we currently have $11,692,164.96 in our investment and checking accounts. And that's it for today.
Okay, very good. And we have current bills to pay. We have had a chance to take a look at these. Anybody have any questions about the current bills? Hearing none, is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay. Special activities, we have a probationary hire recommendation. Jennifer G. Is it Whittle? Whittle, okay. Probationary full-time fire clerk, effective August the 1st. Jennifer, if you would come up to the podium, please.
Yes, sir. You need to hire first.
Oh, okay. Is there a motion to hire Jennifer?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
And Mr. Wade?
Yay. What about a rate?
Yeah.
I think we might want to put a rate in there.
Well, it's usually in the resolution. Is it, did you give me something, Bob? I've got,
We talked about that a little bit. We were gonna, for the position we're going out for, we'd like to have up to $15 an hour as a possibility.
Okay.
So my recommendation
Mr.
would
Wade's
be,
right. For us to hire her, we have to have an effective date and a rate. You know, at the date of hire.
yeah,
We've got an effective date. We just
yeah,
have
I
a
was
rate
gonna say
today.
$15 an hour.
$15
Currently
an
at 14.
Okay.
Okay.
That's exactly what we
Is
need.
that all right to amend your motion, gentlemen? To
Yes.
include the $15. Okay. All right, here we go. If you would, raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Jennifer Whittle,
do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the resolutions adopted by the Clearcreek Township Board of Trustees.
the resolutions adopted by the Board of Clearcreek Township
I
Trustees,
said that. And that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
as a full-time clerk for Clearcreek Township,
as a full-time clerk for Clearcreek Township,
Warren County, Ohio,
Warren County, Ohio,
during continuance of my lawful employment.
during continuance of my lawful employment.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything else on the special activities? Okay, anything under unfinished business?
No, sir.
Okay. Under new business administration, we have resolution 4731, a resolution providing for the changes in Clearcreek Township street light system by establishing the Country Brook North Section 11 lighting district. Anything special you want to point out about that? Nothing.
No.
Just a new one.
This is just
They
the
did
last.
10 and this is 11.
The last section they did.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve resolution 4731?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw? Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay, moving on to the police district, we have draft resolution 4732, a resolution accepting a donation from Don and Linda Oda for the Clearcreek Township Police Department.
The judge in Minnesota donated $100 toward National Night Out. We appreciate that donation and would ask the board to accept that donation.
Is there a motion to approve 4732?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Beerspaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
And resolution 4733, a resolution accepting a donation from V3 Transportation from Stephen Halstead and Sandra Gooch for Clearcreek Township Police Department. And they also, Stephen and Sandra are also out there, obviously directing traffic tonight, taking ahead. Thanks for doing that, and thanks for the donation.
And Mr. Halstead asked to give a presentation, so I defer to him for what he wants to do.
All right, if you would, please, come on up.
Stephen Halstead, 9209 Yankee Road. I know you guys always want that. Well, got some pictures. This is from what we call the Expedite Expo. It was out at the Roberts Center. It's no longer going to be there. They're moving it to Lexington. So, but this was after the chief graciously brought us out a cruiser, and this was kind of our booth, partially set up. It's not fully set up. You'll see pictures of that. Before I go through the rest of the pictures, I'm going to leave those there. I've got a few things I want to read. I've got actually something from V3 Transportation that they sent me, the ownership sent me on behalf of Clearcreek Township providing a cruiser. So first let me start off by thanking the chief for allowing us to have a banner and also a cruiser, and this was kind of last minute to add that. We actually won Best of Show.
Wow.
The truck did. I think really it was the whole entire booth, actually, with the cruiser that tied in the story. So with that came a cash award of $500. V3 ownership, myself and Sandra, said that we're going to donate the $500 to the Clearcreek Township Police Department for next year's Safety Town. So,
Thank you. Remark for Safety Town.
Yes.
Thank you.
so here's V3. V3 Transportation, since our inception, which has been about 3 years, has been a proud supporter of our local law enforcement agencies as well as our national armed forces. We owe a great deal of respect and gratitude to those who protect us both home and abroad. Stephen Halstead and Sandy Goshi have not only been wonderful ambassadors for the Clearcreek Township Police Department, but also for V3 Transportation. It has become because of their strong faith and belief in both institutions that V3 and the Clearcreek Township PD is proud to call them family. It was an absolute honor to have a beautiful brand new Clearcreek Township Police Cruiser displayed so prominently next to Stephen and Sandy's new straight truck in our booth at the 2015 Expedite Expo. It wasn't something that was initially part of the plan, but it ultimately worked in everyone's favor once Stephen and Chief Terrell had their on-site discussion about including the cruiser in the V3 booth. What a fabulous addition. To say the presence of the cruiser in the Clearcreek Township Police Department was a conversation piece was definitely an understatement. Together, we created additional awareness and recognition for good that local law enforcement provides. Thank you for being a part of V3 Transportation's Expedite Expo. Thank you for your service and the protection you provide in our local communities. This is just another view, and you can see what we actually got the banner that you actually is part of, Safety Town and also a National Night Out. Here it is, fully set up, and you can see the doors open to the truck. The truck was open for anybody to go into. It was there as mainly a selling point for the folks that actually built the sleeper, and they actually had 8 trucks there that had their sleepers. So we got a lot of good compliments on ours, so really that all goes back to the folks that did the work. So this is actually an outside shot, outside once we get it out, so you can actually see the colors a lot better. The graphics, there actually is going to be more graphics added to it. The gentleman that did the graphics had exactly 1 day to do this, okay? He did it on a Tuesday, it had to be down there on a Wednesday to go into the expo on a Thursday. So there's more graphics to go on it, but we'll have more pictures of that once that happens. There's a lot more stuff to go on the truck too, so it's not complete. And then there's Sandy actually accepting the first place, and that is $500 cash that's in her right hand, which is right here in this envelope, which will be handed to him here in just a minute. So that's it. Any questions I can?
Congratulations on the award, and thanks for all your help.
Yes.
Appreciate it. And
Sure.
the donation.
Yep.
Great. Thank you very much.
So I've got two things for the chief. The most important thing, you betcha, this is the $500 cash, so put that towards Safety Town. And then, same night, put something together that you guys can display. So it's actually the picture
Oh, nice.
with the chief and Sergeant Stacy, and the dash plaque that they actually presented, and then we actually made something up, but this is something that could be displayed wherever you guys want to prominently display it, here in the building.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
You bet.
Great.
If I can connect the dots just a second. Mr. Halstead and Ms. Gucci asked about dedicating their truck to the officers of the Clearcreek Township Police Department. The V3, their company colors are actually different colors. They allowed them to change the colors to match our police cars and put it on the truck. And we're appreciative of that. Steve's also going to have a dedication to Sergeant Dooley that was killed in the line of duty of the Sheriff's Department, along with one of his relatives that was a previous police officer, and then some other causes like women in trucking and cancer and so forth. So we're appreciative. That was the reason we reached out to kind of connect the dots at the show. We appreciate him and his support of the police department. So I just wanted to kind of give you an idea. Those are obviously our colors and a variation of our stripes up there, and we appreciate the company accommodating him. He's offered it in the future for National Night Out, for displays, stuff like that. So we appreciate their thoughts toward us, and especially my police officers. So thank you.
Yeah. And Safety Town, if you wanted, you know, all you need to do is let us know about 3-4 weeks ahead of time, and the company's basically said, we'll get you back here for any events. It's already been, the picture of it's already been sent around to most of the places up around Cleveland. There was a place up there already wanted for their National Night Out this year that already said, we'll take it for that. So they're getting interest up there also for DARE, for the truck. So we're trying to use it as an outreach for community relations.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Monthly report. Chief, anything special you want to point out?
You guys could vote on it.
Do we need to approve 4733? Or did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve 4733 and accept the donation?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Newsom?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay, great. Now you monthly. Thank you.
Monthly, if you have any questions, be more than happy to answer. I want to thank the board and Minnesota for coming to National Night Out and supporting that. We appreciate that. We were counting at 7:30 or so, and we had over 1,500 people at that point in time. So another good year for us. Weather was great for us. So I just appreciate the support on National Night Out.
Anybody have any questions of the chief or the monthly report? Okay. Moving on to the fire district. We have resolution 4734, a resolution accepting a donation from Spectra Energy Foundation for the fire district.
Every year they give a little bit of a donation to us just to help out buying equipment that we might use to respond to their facility.
Okay. It is a donation of $500. Is there a motion to approve 4734?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we have resignation recommendations to accept for Fire District Clerk Carrie Core. Is there a motion to accept that resignation?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we have resignation for firefighter paramedic Pete Richardson.
He's going to
from that area?
A little bit farther northeast of that, so it's closer to family.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the resignation from Pete Richardson?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And position advertisement recommendation for full-time fire district clerk.
As you know, Jennifer's agreed to do it temporarily. She's not interested in a full-time position permanent. We would like to start the advertisement process so we can try to capture a full-time clerk.
Okay, is there a motion to direct the chief to start the process for a full-time fire clerk?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And before we get to the monthly report, is that all you needed? Talking about what else do we need to do for that?
We should have a memo for,
Yeah, if
get
you're,
that out, sir.
if you'll amend the agenda,
Yes.
we talked to the one part-timer who's in our process. If you would amend and give us an option to offer him full-time employment.
Okay.
I've got a different agenda with that added to it and then the memo in that regard.
Okay, is there a motion to amend the agenda to add this item?
So moved.
Second?
Wait a second, guys. Hold on a second.
Right before the monthly
Monthly
report.
report, and we're adding, oh, so you're moving Jason from part-time to full-time?
But not this
Until the
Saturday,
29th.
2 weeks later,
Okay.
so I can get his payroll.
That's fine. Just wanna make sure I get it right. Okay. Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And now is there a motion to hire Jason Hudnall on the 29th of August as effective date, right?
Yes, sir.
As a permanent firefighter paramedic as opposed to, with permanent fire paramedic with the appropriate, does he have to start all over with appropriate probation?
Probation.
Do you want to wait until we get the physical in to do the hire and the oath at the same time?
We'll do the oath whenever the rest of them get finished.
We could always, contingent upon passing the physical.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, he's worked for 3 years now.
Okay, is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
With appropriate pay scale.
Okay.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay, thank you. And now the monthly report, chief.
Busy month of special activities, between, Borough 200 and then Borough Fest. The guys were pretty busy, with the details. Got a lot of use out of the new gator that we obtained through Hamilton County. So it was put to use at facilities that we hadn't used before, made it a lot easier for access. It's good for us to be out. We were able to prevent a lot of EMS calls that normally we would have had people out responding to because we had people on site. We could treat the street, as we refer to it, put their Band-Aid on there and send them on their merry way.
I know there was a few at the 200 celebration, but it's kind of hot, probably.
Yeah, it was good turnout for it. It was great.
Anybody have any questions for the chief of his monthly report? Anything else from the fire district at this time?
No, thank you.
Okay. And we also have the zoning department.
Yes, sir. First item of business is to set a public hearing, consider a zone change request. On my memo, I have Monday, the 24th. But I believe since this memo was written, we actually are changing that meeting date to the 26th.
Yes.
So if you are wanting and available on that evening at 5:30 to set the public hearing, that would be great. If that doesn't work based upon some other things we have going that night, we can have an alternate date. But that would be the first
What else do
option.
we have going that night that would be?
We have at 6 o'clock the webinar starts, and since we're kind of tied into that time, I don't know what else is on the agenda, I don't know that that would make a difference, but we are tied into that time at 6 o'clock, that's the only thing.
How long will that take?
It'll take as long as you guys want. I mean, typically it takes an hour to an hour and a half to go through the whole thing. If you guys aren't interested in doing that, we could always shut down the meeting, and the trustees weren't interested in let the department heads, play with the rest of it.
Well, I think we'll just have to play that by ear at night. And trying to think about the hearing time, though. If we start at 5:30.
Typically, our second meeting of the month isn't as robust as our first meeting.
Seven.
Hey, do you want to put it afterwards, or do you want to put it half hour earlier?
I can put a half hour.
There was public who came to the meeting, so it's going to be a little bit longer than our normal one. So half hour early probably would be appropriate.
5 o'clock.
But if you want to do it afterwards, that's also
Let's
appropriate.
move the meeting up to 5.
That's good.
And we'll put the special event right after we do Linda's report.
Okay.
How's that? All right, do that. That work, Jason?
Yep.
Get there?
Absolutely.
Okay. We said 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock it is on the 26th.
If you just do that as a motion for me, I would appreciate
Is
it.
there a motion to set the public hearing for this zone change from an R1 to a B1? And you get the name there, Sherry Willis, on, excuse me, the 26th of August at 5 p.m. So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay.
Thanks, sir.
Before we get to where is 2670?
It's the hard corner of 122, 123 that is west of 741. So it's where the old Avonlea homes, model homes were. So it went through a zone change 5 years ago, more or less, to take it out of commercial, to put in residential, to subdivide so they could have the model homes become residential. Now one of those individuals wants to take it back to commercial. So let's bring a little bit of controversy.
So it is the very corner lot then.
Correct.
We have some drainage issues out there with whatever we do. Just be aware of that one. We'll get out there too many times.
And that includes the house and the lot?
Correct. The home is, so the most eastern
Right.
home of that grouping is part of the request. So in its entirety, that lot.
Do you know what they're gonna do with it? Yeah, yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I
speculative.
guess we'll find out.
26.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then, monthly report, Jeff?
Yeah, I can answer questions about the monthly. We're up in single family yet again.
Considerably. Anybody have any questions for Jeff about his monthly report? Okay, moving on to the road department, we have a purchase recommendation to purchase salt for $117,306. I have a question. Have Compass been a bidder in the past?
No,
I don't think so.
they're new. I think they're based out of Detroit and then somewhere in Kansas or something.
Wow. They just kind of kicked everybody's, line, to say the least.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it for them to come in and take over most of these with that bid, are they going to get the salt to us? I guess, that's a bid process, so I guess we'll find out.
Do they have that flu stuff in it, like
No,
Morton?
that's just Morton. They're the only one that does that I'm aware of.
Is there a motion to approve this purchase?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Wade?
Yay. When are they gonna start home?
I haven't even contacted them yet.
Okay.
Are our bins still full?
Pretty cool, yeah.
So do you think we'll spend any of this money in 2015?
I think so, yeah. We'll probably rework the salt, shift it around and get a few. I want to just to see what I'm dealing with. I want
I
to
would
get,
too.
before we need it, when we really need it, I'd rather have some come in ahead of time to see where we're at. But when we order it early, no one else is really ordering it, so it won't be an exact relation of how it's going to be when the snow's flying, but at least I can see the communication and the breakdown of how that'll all work. almost like a trial run, actually, so.
Jack's already in the process of setting up that PO, so I mean, you could order it tomorrow, but it's got it already covered, but, or almost there, so, I was just curious.
We'll probably order some in November, so.
Order it now to come in November, to be delivered, or wait till November?
I'll wait till November to see what the turnaround is. If I order it now, they'll have it when I
Sure.
ask. If I wait till November, then I'll know if I can get it a week from them or 2 weeks, so. That'll help me to make sure we don't run low and we have significant events back to back really quick, so.
Makes sense. Okay. Do you have a monthly report, Scott?
Yeah, just to let you guys know, we do have all the signs in from the grant, so you'll start seeing some larger warning signs pop up throughout the township. We're starting on Bottle Hill, and we'll probably do it 1 day a week because we're slammed with ditching and milling, and so right now we're going to be ditching 2 days a week, milling 1 day, but not hot mixing the second day and doing signs 1 day. So that's our 5-day plan for here until we some changes. So yeah,
The snow hits.
we'll be pretty slammed here for a little while. So
Okay. Very good. Any questions for Scott?
Just the park looked great.
Yeah,
National Night
exactly.
Out was awesome.
Really good.
I know they work pretty hard to get it ready. So.
Okay, moving on to staff updates.
I just have a couple things for you. And Scott didn't talk about the work they did in the parking lot. As you probably saw where the new blacktop, the parking lot was dug up, and they ran some piping from the 2 gutters in the back and put a couple catch basins in. And it does flow water. We did confirm that, so that's a good thing. They did a great job. We had a quote of about $11,700, and I think in total cost, we're gonna outlay, it'll be somewhere maybe around $4,000. So doing the work ourselves, save, between $6,000 and $7,000.
Excellent.
And they did a very good job, so that was.
Now, the spot where there's no, you're gonna re-pour concrete out here where you saw that, or are you gonna
Yeah,
put stone in there? Or
we were going to do it ourselves, but I'm talking to ADC Concrete right now because we're actually pouring a pad at the building out up at the top for our brine mixing machine. We have that all laid out and ready to go. And initially he said it'd take him a couple weeks to get in, so we were going to go ahead and do the sidewalk ourselves. But when I talked to him, he was fairly certain he could break a group away to come in, 1 day this week and get it done. I'm waiting on a call back. If they can't do it, we'll go ahead and do the sidewalk. Somebody falls in it, but just waiting on a call back to see where they stand with this week. I know they're already cutting, and Chief's got a pond in front of his house where they cut out his damaged curb. So.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
2 other things. One, just an FYI, the lighting assessments that happen every year, you'll have those on for the next meeting because they're due for September. So that'll be a number of resolutions, which you just have to plow through them and get them done. The other thing, I talked to Energy Alliances is the company.
If Brian was here, we'd get it done a lot quicker.
No, he's not here right now, but I don't have him together. I've talked to Energy Alliances and dealt with them in the past on the aggregation issue, and I called him last week and asked him at what point do they suggest getting going. The aggregation for electric is on the ballot for November. There should be some pre-work done so you can let people know what exactly that is and what it means. So Energy Alliances is a company that would help us through that process. Once the ballot issue is passed, assuming it passes, then you have a couple steps to take, doing a plan of governance that they would walk you through. So if you would be interested in having them come out, they typically get going at about the September timeframe. Sounds like we're getting a pretty bogged down August 26th meeting, but I don't know if you want to entertain a conversation with them to talk to them about how they proceed with that, or if you're interested in engaging in them and doing that. There's no cost to do it.
Okay. Seems to me like we have to have them in and talk to them. What you guys think?
Can we do the first meeting in September? Do they think that's too late?
I can ask them. I mean, it's probably 20 minutes worth of discussion or them presenting what they do and how they put out material. But I'll ask them and see if September, the first meeting's a problem.
Be the 8th, or we move instead of the first meeting in September.
No, I think that's one we didn't move.
Well, I'm just thinking because of,
Labor Day.
Labor Day,
Well,
that stretches it out.
That's the 7th.
it's always the first Monday, Labor Day is,
The
second
14th.
Monday.
It's as soon as it can be, it's the 14th, so, see, feel them out and see.
If it's only 20 minutes, I mean, I know it's unfair to ask what's on your agenda for the 26th, but how long will your public hearing last? I mean, could it be
It'll
more
last
than?
15 minutes to
That's
a
what I
half
said.
hour,
Okay.
easily.
So if we go into that and we're up against 6 o'clock right there,
Well,
unless they're willing to come after it or come during the
Okay.
webinar and wait,
I mean, my concern is if we put this on the
Like 7.
ballot, we
So if you want to come out at
assuming it takes an hour to get through the webinar.
Yeah,
Tell them to show up at 6:30 and wait their turn.
yeah, I'll ask them.
That makes
We'll
sense.
bring them in at 4:30.
It'd be easier for me to go later than earlier than 5.
Okay.
That's all right with everybody.
Oh, yeah. Fine. Well, yeah, why don't you?
The other thing we could do is push the open gov thing off until September. I mean, our checkbook goes online Labor Day weekend, but there's no reason to,
I mean, that's no big deal, is it?
well, I mean,
It's a big deal, but I mean, it's.
right,
We don't have to have it before it goes live.
right. I mean, I think it's way more important to get this electrical aggregation thing out there than it is to get that open gov thing out there.
Well, why don't we do, why don't we bring the aggregation people in and move that back to the.
Bring them in at 5, or we're doing the public hearing at 5.
Unless you want to flip-flop.
Unless, you know,
Well, why don't, if you set your meeting at 5, I'll tell them the meeting's at 5, there's a public hearing, so you'll probably be waiting for that to get done, and then you'll be next up.
We'll move up and go to September 14th.
or the other thing I can do is just tell the guy it's fluid, and I'll call you when we're ready for you.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, just so we get it in.
Well, why don't we just do that? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me. I mean, I'll put it on the agenda, and it can always be
Okay,
ditched if you can't, if the meeting pushes back too far.
okay.
Okay. All right. We're still set for 5 for the hearing. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else, Jack?
Nope.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to bring up? Okay. Very good. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Good.